Welcome to the Unstoppable Profit Podcast. This podcast will give independent insurance agents all of the tools to grow your business and live life on your terms. Wherever you are today, if you're starting with nothing or well on your way to the success you desire, with the right people, processes, and promotions in place, you will be unstoppable. And now I'd like to introduce your host, Mike Stromsoe.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the next episode of the Unstoppable Profit Podcast. We have some very special podcast sessions coming up because we have three incredible, phenomenal agency entrepreneurs who were the Implementer of the Year finalists for the most recent boot camp, and I am privileged to host them on the podcast. Mr. Terren Moore is one of those three. Terren, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Mike. Glad to be here.
Well, we're glad you're here, and you have done absolutely phenomenal things this year, and it was on display for all to see at the boot camp, and the feedback that we got continues to come in, and it's been absolutely phenomenal. You inspired people, but bigger than that, you have done great things, which I know has inspired your team, and talking to them most recently when I was down in the great state of Texas, they were telling me how awesome it is to be part of your team. So your leadership skills, while they were strong, continue to improve. So congratulations on that. Let's dig in.
Perfect. Let's dig in.
Okay. So for anybody who may not have heard of you, I don't think that that's the case anywhere, but just in case they haven't heard of you, who is Terren Moore and how'd your agency get started?
Yep. Terren Moore is a lover of people. One of my favorite hobbies, Mike, is just getting out and meeting new people. If I can go somewhere to an event or the grocery store or church and shake one new hand, that makes my day. So first and foremost, I love people. I love the outdoors. Anything outdoors. I also farm here in Texas. We do vegetable farming, and we also wholesale flowers to florist shops. We did sunflowers for the first time last year.
Wow.
And we wholesale to about 3 different florist shops. And so anything outdoors, hiking, kayaking. I'm also a church musician. So I love the Lord, and I love to lead worship at church. And yeah, man, I'm just enjoying the gift of life.
Yeah, and we were talking before we started, I asked how you're doing, and we were talking about the things that you do to start your day. And I think you and I start our days very similarly, if I got that out right, but in a similar way. And so that really sets the tone for your mindset, right?
It does. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't have any problems, Sharon. Do you mind chiming in on how you start your day?
Yep. My day starts at 5 a.m. Texas time. And
I better get up
so
earlier.
if I wake up, oh yeah, 5 a.m. wake up, and then for the first 30 minutes, so from 5 to about 5:30, I'm just kind of getting ready to head to the gym. So 5:30 or so, I'll leave for the gym. Workout begins at 6, and I'll do either upper body or lower body at the gym. I've got a personal trainer who's actually a good friend of mine. Actually, I married her and her husband 2 years ago, and so we have a really tight gym family. So I work out with them for an hour. We start from 6, and then 6 to 7, and then at 7, from 7 to 7:30, I have my devotional, read a Bible study, have my gratitude time, my meditation time, and then 8 o'clock we start slamming deals.
Nice. And your pipe is full. And that I know. And we've talked about that recently, and I'm going to get to that in just a couple of minutes. So I wanted to chime in on that. And, I was sharing at boot camp. I start in a similar way. It's 5 o'clock California time, but wake up nowadays, no alarm, and just 5 o'clock, I'm ready to go. And I get up and I stretch and I pray, and then I head out to my exercise time. And, I have the same regimen when I get back. It's read and study and put the right stuff into our minds. But, I've never heard you use that phrase, lover of people, until just now. And now that I heard you say that and reflect back on having gotten to know you, that's why you are who you are, because of the foundation that you set for your life. So as an encouragement for everybody out there, whatever that looks like for you, and I hope just maybe one thing that we share here today helps everybody out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you for all you do. speaking for all you do, you made a decision intentionally to work on your business at the beginning of this year. You did that. Part of that was joining UPP. And so one of the first things that we talked about here, we talked about many things that day, but it was social proof and building your business and positioning your business, but it was also your team. So having gotten to know your team, you know, the definition of team is together, everybody achieves more, right?
Yep, that's right.
So talk about your team and the things that you've done. You know, you've got meetings going on, celebrations. Tell us more.
Yeah, so my first hire was Sarah. She started July of 2022. She had no experience, and really, I had no experience as an agency owner. So we were both each other's kind of guinea pigs of figuring out how to work together. We had lots of highs and lows, but we can look back now and laugh at it. But we had lots of highs and lows starting out. I didn't have a proper training system for her. I didn't have a proper onboard system for her. We basically got her in and just started quoting, and it's just building the planes we fly, basically. And so she's still here, and she's a lot happier now that I've been around the right community. I joined Platinum Coaching, and that helped me get an actual onboarding system, a hiring system, and just have my things in place for her to actually enjoy coming to work versus coming to work and just having all these things thrown at you, and it's like the wild, wild west, you know. So once we got that in order, she started like basically being more vocal about like I enjoy working with more farms and insurance, and we start to develop like a better business relationship. We were friends before, but now we have to develop a better business relationship. And so her sister, she has like 8 sisters, by the way. Her
Wow.
sister kept hearing it, Emily, and she's like, "Huh, like I'm kind of curious of like, do y'all have any openings or anything?" And I was like, I'm actually looking for a marketing person to help with our website, social media, and nurturing our existing customers because we all know in the insurance business, the relationships and the retention are very important. And I just want to make sure that that was a role that one person had was to solely focus on the relationship with the customers and reaching out to them, seeing them postcards, sending them birthday cards, and being that person for them. So got Emily rolling, and then man, ever since then, like things have just been on the up and up. After Emily, we hired Amy. And by this point, I had an actual hiring process, and I had a training process, and I had things in order. And I feel like each person we hire, I learn more things about the process of hiring. I learn more about people, and I just hired my last team member last week, actually. So
Or the
that's
newest
been
one.
good. Yep, my newest team member. Yeah, they're rocking and rolling. I got them at MFI University, and we're training, and everything is just thank God, it's just rocking and rolling. We're very blessed and grateful.
Amen. I totally agree with that. But let me step back for just a minute because we didn't touch on this in the beginning. Your agency has been in existence how long?
It'll be 2 years, December the 1st, so about a month away.
Yeah. So less than 2 years in business. And you started out this year, I think it was just you and Sarah.
Yes,
So you've added Emily. You've added the new direct
Amy.
Amy. Thank you. And then now you've got another one.
Yep.
Less than 2 years in business. So just digest that a little bit, everybody. It's possible for anybody, right, Terren?
It is very possible.
So what do you think the number one key, if somebody out there is listening or watching this and they're thinking to myself, well, he's Terren Moore, I might not be able to do that. What would you say to them?
I would say honestly, man, life is short, and if it works, it's great, and if it doesn't, you just pivot and try something, try it a different way or try something new. But my mindset with scaling the business, it's really changed in the last year because I always thought that I had to have all this stuff in order, and I had to have a certain amount of money, and I had to have a certain amount of years on my belt and a certain amount of revenue, and which you do need certain things to be able to scale. But it's honestly not as crazy as you think because honestly, for me personally, I try to live my personal lifestyle, I had a very modest lifestyle to where I can be more aggressive and I can invest more aggressively in the business. And so we were at boot camp last month, and Mike said something that kind of actually encouraged me. I haven't told you this yet, Mike, but it encouraged me to make my next hire. Because he said, if you put in $1, you get $1.01 back. It's a win. And I said, I know if I make this new hire, I'm scared, honestly, like naturally, I'm scared to take out more, overhead naturally. But hey, if we make $1.01 back over $1, it's a win. And I know it's going to be a win because I know what it takes for me to generate a certain amount of business. And so I know with their income and with what's going to come out of it, I know it's going to work out. But it's just that first step of like just taking that step and just doing it, just the action of doing it.
100%. Well, thank you for saying that. And, I learned that last century. When you were a very young man, we're not going to get into that right now, but, my original mentor taught me that. He says, look, if you invest $1 in anything you're doing and you earn $1.01 or more back, celebrate.
Yeah.
And then I thought about that even more. And I thought, wait a minute, we're in the insurance agency business, which is a commission-based business. And so that's only first year, that investment, right? And then our goal as agency businesses is to grow the business and create a business that has that support. And so year 2 and after that is the reinvestment period to continue to grow the business. And I'm dying to grab something. Hang on just a minute.
Okay.
This came up this week, and I haven't told you this yet either, but this will be an encouragement for everybody, because another fellow Texan who I'm having a conversation with, I talked to the guy, and he's similar to you in a lot of ways from a characteristic standpoint and a people standpoint, right?
Yeah.
And so I talked to him about the things that, he wanted to get, the things that have been in his way and his obstacles, and the resources and everything that he has to position him to get there, right? And so we had a list of all those things, and I followed up with him, and he said, Mike, you'd be astonished what I've accomplished since we spoke. I had a massive account that I took in, close to $300,000. Interview in the office today at 4:00. And these are all things that he had wanted, right? And we talked about it. But here's what he said that really took me back as an encouragement for everybody. I can't believe how speaking things into existence can change the course of one's life.
Wow.
Right?
Right.
So you've spoken things into existence as well, to an extent, and here it comes. And
here it comes.
Most importantly, we want to encourage everybody, because we were talking about this before we got started, mindset. Put your mindset in the right place and do what you need to do to get your mindset in the right place on a daily basis, because when you put things into existence and you train yourself on it and remind yourself on it maybe on a subconscious level before you go to bed, it works for you. So you've done phenomenal things in less than 2 years, and in my view, in less than the last 12 months. So congratulations to you. And it was on stage for all to display and blown people away. So, one of your recent obstacles, if you will, which is an opportunity as well, was you talked about when I saw you last in the great state of Texas, you had too many leads that you couldn't get to.
Right.
Oh man, such problems of life, right? So you made a conscious decision to do something about that. And you said, I need a person for that. And you just recently, sounds to me like you committed to bring that person on. But what has caused those leads? One of the things you were talking about at boot camp was Emily's work. So you have done great things out there online and offline. Talk a little bit more about the work that you've done that's generated those leads, and you're niche driven as well. So, in the farm industry, because you're more farms and insurance, MFI. So you've done a lot of things and brought it all together. Talk more about that.
Yeah. So the first thing we did when we hired Emily was we cleaned the website up. Because as you saw, the first website was not attractive. So if you went to our webpage, it didn't look good, honestly. So
you were sitting in my house when that happened, I remember.
I was, yeah. We pulled it up, and I was like, even I agreed. I was like, that does not look good. Like, I don't like to look at that. So
and some people forget to look at their own websites.
Right.
So as
Right.
an encouragement, you got to go out there and make sure your own online presence is where it needs to be, including your website, your Google My Business, Google Places, whatever they call it nowadays. All of that's important. You got to inspect what you expect. Back to you.
Yes, sir. So we got that cleaned up, and we started adding content to Google. And so we started adding blog posts, and we started a YouTube channel. So I've got an actual YouTube room in my house where we record just short topics about, what is uninsured motorist, or what is business income coverage. Like we ask these simple questions. I'll do some snippets of it and put it on our YouTube, and then we'll also do a blog of that and put it on our website. Our last few blogs were tailored more towards farm and ranch. So, like, how do I cover my cattle? How do I cover sheep and goats? How do I cover barns? It's general ag questions. So that helped out tremendously with our online lead submission. Because I got like one lead a month maybe with my old website, and we get sometimes a couple a day. So um, it's been pretty nice having a good online presence. So along with that, she tracks our SEO stuff, and I actually just signed up for an SEO coaching thing. A guy does SEOs, and like that's all he does, and he trains other agents of how to do that. So I signed up for that and been investing in that. So there's just more to come. And offline, I'm just very involved in my community and very involved in agriculture. Me and Texas Farm Credit have a really good relationship. I know a lot of the lenders. We go shoot pheasant together. We go hunting together. Uh, go to Rangers parades. Like we're truly friends, and we just happen to both be in business. And so that's kind of how I view my relationship with people. Is that it starts at a friendship level. I want to get to know you as a person, and then hey, we happen to do business together. So that's kind of my offline presence, is just being involved in a few nonprofits and just being out loving people. That's the name of the game. Being out, just shaking hands and loving people.
Lover of people. I love that. But I wanted the key word that I took out of all of what I just heard from you is relationships, and you build deep, significant, meaningful relationships with people in your communities and beyond. And ultimately, at the end of the day, that's how you're able to connect with people. And, we've learned together and been reminded together this year that everybody knows 100 people that'll come to their wedding or come to their funeral. So, those people that we build relationships, even if it's just those one, they know a lot of other people. And so you've really done a great job of going deeper with those relationships and getting the introductions, if you will, to others. And you've mixed the online and the offline very well. You've got Emily doing the work on the back end. And I didn't know about the investment and the SEO presence as well. So great job. And, back to the mindset for a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that you use the word investment.
Oh yeah,
It's not a spend or an expense. It's an investment. And your
it's an
goal,
investment.
if you're spending $100 a month on that, just to throw a number out there, if you get $101 or more back, celebrate, right?
Celebrate.
So invest in the prosperity that's before you. Great stuff. So one of the things I also want you to talk about is one of the very first things we did. And we might have been sitting right where I'm at right now, looking at your website. And then we also talked about social proof, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, we pulled up your website and we pulled up your Google reviews. And I said, man, you got a number of Google reviews already. Great job on that. Let's see what we can do with those and maybe use them in a different way. And I love this story. You said, I'm going to get home and get right to work on that. And it was a Friday you were here. And you said, hey, you're going to be around over the weekend in case I have any questions. And I said, yeah, I'll be around. Call me. And so you called me multiple times and pinged me and said, what do I do with this and that? And by Monday, you had it done, man.
Yep.
So
Had it
you've
done.
taken social proof to a whole new level. How's that worked for your agency? In other words, to position it, it's what other people say you've done for them, not what you say you've done for other people, that makes all the difference, right?
Exactly.
And it's the
Exactly.
beginning of the answer to the question, why should somebody do business with you, over and above any and all other options available to them? So you've done that and done a great job with it. So you built a social proof page, the testimonial page. What have you done with that, and how has it helped continue to position you in the right way?
Yeah, so we built our social proof arsenal, our testimonial page, and our guarantee. Um, Originally, I was attaching the PDF in every quote that I sent, which is effective. It made sense. We got more Google reviews. We closed more business. It was effective, but now we have it automated. We have it automated through agency Zoom, and in my quote follow-up process, those PDFs are attached in every quote we send. So I haven't even looked at it in a while, but I know it's getting sent out, and so that's a huge win. But they're attached in every quote we send. So we have one for farm and ranch / commercial. We have a mixture of like ag businesses, farms, business owners, and we have one for personal lines. So within each pipeline, we have a personal pipeline, we have a commercial pipeline, and a farm pipeline. And so it's all automated of who gets what, and they see our guarantee, they see our testimonials, and they're from usually pretty good size operations in my area. And if they're not in good size, they at least have a really good reputation and good credibility for the way they run their business or the way they farm. Like for example, one of my testimonials is my gym trainer, the Iron Shop Gym. We're good friends. Like I said, I married them last year, and so when you see their name on the testimonial, if you're in our town, you know who the Iron Shop Gym is because they're one of the biggest gyms in town. So we have some good people on there, and we love them. They love us, and it's just a really good relationship. But the credibility is also very helpful if they're kind of questioning, like, so like if they don't know who we are, and they see these certain names on there, it registers immediately. So it's been great, and it's automated. That's the best part. So we don't look at it anymore.
I heard a couple of things when you were describing that. Great job, by the way.
Thank you.
As important as anything else, you took the specific testimonials and reviews and positioned them to be in alignment with the industry that you were trying to penetrate. In other words, farm testimonials go to the farm industry, maybe business testimonials go to business industry, and personal to personal. That's super, super important because it meets that marketplace where they're at. And to point, you just said, well, it's just automated. I haven't looked at it in a while, but if you're reaching a new prospect and a new prospect and a new prospect, that's the first time they've seen it. So I know in working with agents for so many years, they get it in their mind, well, I've already sent that one out. I can't use the same one again and again and again. Well, they're hitting different people all the time. Yes, you can.
Right.
So great job on the automation. Can I give you another thought process maybe?
Absolutely.
Okay. So do you have any video testimonials yet?
Don't have videos yet.
Yet, right?
Yeah.
So maybe grab a couple of video testimonials and you go to a gym fairly often and you know the
almost
gym
every
owner,
day.
and you have a relationship with them, an eternal relationship maybe. So anyway, if you get a quick video testimonial, you can position that video testimonial in the follow-up funnel that's automated, and it's just one more way that you can touch and influence people because, video, the statistic is 88 or 89% of people, maybe more than that now, because I haven't looked at it in a number of months, are open to watching videos and are influenced by videos.
Got that written down.
You didn't think it, you inked it. Very smart of you. So anyway, that's why you're so successful. So yeah, maybe just build that in for everybody out there. And then, you can put it on your YouTube channel. You can transcribe it and put the closed captioning or the wording on the bottom, the text overlay. That's what it's called. Text overlay, closed caption, the wording across the bottom. That way, if somebody's sitting in the doctor's office and they see the video pop up and they want to watch it, but they can't make the noise in the doctor's office, they forgot their earbuds, they see the words scrolling on there and they're getting everything the video has, right? They're seeing your words through the text overlay and watching the video, and they can still take it all in. So the sky's the limit. So fantastic job on that. Your KPIs, you've got your numbers down. Let's talk about that for just a minute. I believe there's been 2 or 3 times this year, and you don't have to go into the exact numbers, but you've either sent me an email or posted to your group that another record month.
Yeah.
So what's the reason that keeps happening?
Just taking action and just swinging the bat.
You're getting up to the plate and swinging. You're not watching the pitch go by.
Exactly.
You're
Yeah.
getting called out with the bat on your shoulder. So good for you. Speaking of, since you're in the great state of Texas, congratulations on the World Series win. So anyway,
Oh yeah.
champions. So anyway, but continued record months in the agency, a production of growth. Super, super happy for you. You're niched in. It's because you're passionate about farming. I mean, you know, if you pay attention to Terren Moore online and check him out, I mean, he's got videos and pictures of him on the tractor. You have your own farm, right?
I do. Yes, sir.
So you are attracting and working with in the insurance side of the farming industry, and you are a farmer. That's who you are.
Right.
So, you know, when you think about niches, that's what you want to do. You want to work in something you love. And how's that worked out for you?
It's been great. We actually closed we got referred a good farm account from another agency. Because farm is its own animal. And if you don't, understand farm, it's just something people refer out, thankfully. And we got a really nice farm referral from another agency. And it was a pretty good size account, and we got it closed yesterday. And so the month has a good foundation so far. We're just going to keep building on it. But yeah, I'm just very vocal about, I love farm. I love agriculture. I love tractors, cows, horses, barns, like all that stuff. It's just me. It's just what I do and what I love. After this call, I'm actually headed to one of my customers owns a feed store, and I'm selling him some equipment. I'm selling him a sprayer today, so I can see a client and get to shake his hand again and do some business. And so that's just what we do. We're literally involved in the farm world. So
You're entrenched in a community that serves people. And so that farm owner knows 100 other people possibly that maybe there's an introduction because of your not only doing business with him, but because of the community. And so thank you for all you're doing to put food on the table for people. And that is just absolutely fantastic. Let's wrap it with this. I mean, we could go on all day, I know.
we could.
I want to let you get to what you need to be doing. You have set something up for your team, which you sent me a quick visual of that when you first brought it out. And then we talked about making sure you've got the IT infrastructure to back it up because you want your empire to be protected from a cyber standpoint. But you build out MFI University. Why did you do that? And how's that worked out for you? Meaning you have a university portal for all of your team members where they can continue to learn and grow every day, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what was your thought process going into that, and why did you decide to take action, and how's it where you did, and how's that worked out?
My biggest encouragement to take action was honestly me and Sarah's relationship, because I knew on the front end I was not being the best leader for her, and because I did not have any training in place. And so I get frustrated if she didn't understand something. I'm just like, I've been doing this for 5+ for almost 6 years. So it's like, it's so, you just think it's like easy to do, but if you haven't done it, it's unknown. And so we get frustrated, get back and forth, and I'm like, well, do this, do this, do this, do this, and maybe like 10 calls a day, and I'm just like, this is not going to be sustainable. So I said, I need to figure something out to have a formal training program. And I'm telling you, like, me and Sarah's relationship now is like 20 times better. We can laugh during business hours and have fun and like joke, and we'll send a few texts of like just dumb videos and stuff during the day. Like, it's a cool relationship now, because it's honestly like less stress, because if she has a question, you go to MFI University, and literally almost any question you could have is listed out. And if we get new questions, we document that. And so every team member also has access to MFI University. And so if they are on a call with Progressive, and Progressive says there's a new rule or a new law for underwriting or a new change, they can go into Progressive portal in the MFI University and add that note. So we're building it every day. And I have a section for literally, I have our tech stack in there. I have even scripts for phone calls. And I have some tips for future producers of how to build relationships, just like I've done on the front end. How to even, if they're not even that social, like how to even hold conversations naturally. I'm writing all this stuff out to where there's no way you can not make it at MFI. Like if you're a salesperson, I'm showing you how to talk to folks, how to build rapport, how to fight objections, how to network. It's all written out at MFI, and it's step by step. We have Loom videos of how to go through quotes. A cord form, because the cord forms are a monster. If you've never done a cord form before and you walk into an insurance office and they're like, "Hey, do this a cord form," it's like there's like 150 questions. Like where, like how do I have it step by step, and I'm also talking through the accord form of, hey, this is what this is. Hold harmless agreement does this. Like it's awesome. Like I have way less questions every day now. Like where do we go for this, or what do we do if this happens, or what do we do? I have all the scenarios listed out. I mean, it's been a dream. It's probably my favorite thing that I've done this year. But besides hiring my new team members, MFI University is my favorite thing I've done this year because it has relieved stress between me and other team members, and it just makes the culture better. Honestly, and it's more professional too. I feel like a professional now that I have an actual training like system. I feel legit.
You are legit.
It's a real business now. It's like an actual business.
And you're just getting started. I mean, you built benefits in for your team, and frankly, put you on the spot a little bit here. There was a time, maybe earlier this year, Sarah wasn't 100% on board. I remember we were having that conversation.
Yep.
So props to you for stepping up as a leader and doing what leaders do that needs to be done to make sure we reverse that situation. And based on what she told me in Texas and your comments, she's on board. She's where she wants to be. And we're going to be part of something very special growing into the future.
Yes, sir.
And congratulations to you, the leader, for creating the vision and actually making things happen. I just can't resist. Anytime I hear something, I want to give tips. One other tip for you for your MFI, when it makes sense, and if you need a quick lesson on that, I'm happy to help because we're deeply entrenched into becoming more in the AI world. Use AI and GPT to further and expand on the definitions of anything that you're building into your university. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we can work on that together as well to, just expand on that, because I mean, why should people do business with Moore Farms and Insurance over and above any and all other options available to them? You've already set in place the answer to that. It's because other people say that you've done this. But to point, why should a potential team member join Moore Farms and Insurance for a career over and above any and all other options available to them? Well, now you've created the answers to that question as well. And because he's a lover of people first, and he attracts people in that way, Terren Moore, congratulations.
Thank you, Mike Stromsoe, for all you do as well as my awesome, my good friend and my mentor and my coach. You're the one that has helped me put all this stuff in place and shown me the whole like hiring process, onboarding. All that came from my coaching. I didn't learn that on Instagram or Facebook. I mean, that was like one-on-one with you and at boot camp and stuff. And so thank you, Mike Stromsoe, for all you do.
My honor and pleasure. But you took the action and you've done the work. So I think better together is our hashtag, right? So with that being said, and all in less than a year, and I think one of the things that happens because of our environment is, you can learn it all out there. You can learn it on websites and via YouTube and all this kind of stuff, but really customizing it to a certain situation and adding massive speed to all of that is really what our environment brings. So would you agree?
I agree 100%.
Yeah. So, I mean, you show up all the time, you show up to the calls, you show up to the masterminds, you show up to the one-on-ones. And because you show up and I watch you taking notes, great job, by the way, And that just results in the action, and you keep taking action and you keep getting better. And, you're right next to a lot of very smart people as well. So all of that kind of blends together. So, and because you also took action and applying to be a finalist for the Implement of the Year program for this year in UPP, you were selected as one of the 3 finalists and got on stage and shared everything. And it was by far the closest we've ever had. Everybody said all 3 of them absolutely phenomenal. So congratulations on that. And I hope that will help you in your future, presentation, and use all that. Please use this,
Absolutely.
that, because you've earned the right, because you've done the work.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you, Mike.
I can't wait for the future, man.
Me too.
So anyway, keep in touch. Terren Moore, thank you. Anything else you'd like to add before we wrap it up today?
Thank you, Mike Stromsoe. I really do appreciate it.
No, you're welcome. Thank you. And thanks to everybody out there who continues to stand by all of our sides as we go forward on this journey to help other people and to help people grow, create wealth, and have more freedom. And I meant to add that a second ago. Really, in listening to you, what you've got now, and MFI University really kind of brought it into the garage, the first garage, if you will. Now we just need to expand the size of the garage.
That's right.
You have freedom now.
Yes.
You have freedom to do what Terren does.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're going out of the office to go hang with a client, to do some farming stuff with a client, and you got the team taking care of the rest. And now you get to figure out which leads you want to work on. Maybe not all of them.
Exactly.
But you'll pick them out of the row of your crop.
Right.
Your lead crop, right? Which ones do I want to pick today? Which are the most ripest?
It's a great life.
And let's keep going.
Yes, sir.
Just keep being you. All right, everybody. Thank you, Terren Moore.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome. All right, everybody. Hey, and by the way, if this is your first time on the podcast, welcome. My name is Mike Stromsoe. I'm widely recognized as a leading author, speaker, and coach for the independent insurance agency industry, which Terren loves and I love too. And I love people. So thank you. Thank you for being here. If you want to learn more about what we do, just please go to unstoppableprofitproducer.com. Everything that we do is designed based on the best money-making strategies that we've developed over 35 years as a proud independent insurance agent to help people grow their business, create wealth, and have more freedom so they can live life on their own terms and have the freedom that Terren was just talking about. And if you'd like to learn more about anything that we do, please go to our website, just reach out and contact us. We'll be happy to have a conversation with you, get you into an agency growth session, and learn more about how we can help you. And if you got great value out of this podcast, please share it with somebody else that you know, that you care about, maybe another agent, doesn't matter where they are. Just go to unstoppableprofitpodcast.com. Go up to the top. Most importantly, make sure you subscribe, and then just share that link with anybody out there. We bring, our goal is to bring great value every single week to help you grow your business, create wealth, and have more freedom, so you too can enjoy everything that we just talked about. And our podcast is out there on all the channels, on Spotify, Stitcher, on our YouTube channel, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, and more. So it's all out there for you. And we hope this has helped you. Please, like Terren said, just get out there, learn more, become more, and just take action. It will lead to your next win and your next lesson. And like Terren said, I said, what do you have to say to anybody out there listening so they can have it too? Everything that he's done in less than 2 years. Just simply take action and be in alignment with the right people, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So anyway, so you too can have this, and we want to help you get it. So good luck on that. If there's anything more that we can do, please reach out and let us know how we can support you. And remember this, you got this. We believe in you. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, everybody. Thanks again, Terren.
Thank you, Mike.
Do you love the podcast, but don't know where or how to get started? Come join our next virtual training while seats are still available. Register now at uppfaststart.com. That's uppfaststart.com.